What is going on, everybody? This is what you know. This is the state of basketball. Your man's the one, big storm in the middle. And we got the sly guy in the back, Big Matt. What's up, Mr. Green?
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like I have a lag. Am I lagging?
Nah, you sound good over here.
Yeah, I don't like it. But we'll go on. I'll catch up somehow. Welcome back to State of Basketball, a BW Sports 1. What is this? Original podcast. We're here to talk about basketball all day, every day. We're the week back from All-Star break. This is episode, 46? I think it is episode 46. I call it the Awakening because this is when the teams actually start to get into their real basketball mode, you should say. So this is an exciting time for NBA. It's also right when we get to that stretch run for those teams who are bubbles in the NCAA, getting ready for March Madness. So yeah, this is an exciting time for a hoops head.
Definitely, man. Definitely, I'm excited. This is the time where the NBA definitely revs up, goes to a different level, as well as college getting ready to get to those conference tournaments. High schools going into their the ladies is finishing up and the men are about to go into their tournaments as well. So this is just the prime time for the sport.
Totally
what you
agree.
got, Matt?
Totally agree, gentlemen. Best time of the year for basketball. Got, like you said, the college is about to rev up. Got to hit the home stretch if you want to try to make a run. Same thing with boys basketball in high school. We just now get ready to get started. And the NBA is you on this back half of your season, so you got to make it happen if you want to get into the playoffs.
Preach. So there's no delay because we got games on. So I know all of us got, Sunday plans and want to get to watching these games. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I guess we'll start off with a high school. Maybe it'll pop up. There it goes. We'll start off with the high school. So this past Saturday, yesterday, we had the finals, the state finals for the girls, Class A, Class 2, 3. What is it? Class A, 2, 3, and 4? Yeah, that's it. So I'm not paying attention to one Class A or 2A, not because they're not quality basketball, is that no one knows who these people are. Like I'm involved in women's basketball, with my daughter playing. So I know a lot of girls that are, in weird places. But them 4 teams for the 2A and the A class, no clue. Zero clue. But the 3A, it was Sugar Creek and Washington South Bend. Washington South Bend wins back-to-back for their class. They got a young lady who is going to Purdue and a trio of sisters that eventually will all end up at Maryland. So good program they got going on over there. And then where most of us pay most attention to with girls and boys basketball here in the state, Class 4A, the top class. Noblesville here, kind of local central Indiana, playing against Franklin, who is just on the outside of central Indiana on the south side, other side of Greenwood. So you got the 2 best teams. Franklin was number 2 going out. Noblesville was number 4 going out at the end of the season. A good matchup. Noblesville jumped over them right away. Ashley Shea, UConn commit, ties a state record for points scored in a championship game with 31. I think she had 31 and 9 on the boards. So outstanding. So Noblesville wins state. It's pretty bittersweet because Noblesville Carmel, they kind of battle in all sports. And being my daughter's at Carmel, you don't want to see Noblesville win. But you have some relationships with those girls because they play together during the summer. And I actually do work on the summer with Danny Mendez, who was their forward. So you want to see those girls succeed. So it was pretty sweet. So that's what you got on the girl side. What you got for the boy side?
Gentlemen, we are all going to start up on Tuesday, and I'll start with the first one that we're all familiar with, Sectional 10, which this year Storm is at our alma mater, North Central hosted.
Hey, you can throw Dame in there. He likes to not acknowledge his time at North Central, but
North Central don't like to acknowledge my time.
Since when has that ever stopped you, Dave? Since when have you cared what everyone else thinks?
Listen, this was a mutual agreement to go different ways.
It was an equitable split.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right down the middle. You do you, we do we.
There we go. But your Panthers, Storm, you've been watching them closely, been having a good year this year. Won Marion County title. Big deal for Gant in his first year, coming right in, winning the county tournament. Not a lot of people do that. Some people say it's harder to win that than it is to win the state title. So, but the Panthers will open up on Wednesday night. The first night, excuse me, will be Addicts and Lawrence North's game for you. So, but what's big about that, Damon, is Lawrence North will be without CJ Gunn. Got 2 technicals in his last high school game, so he has to sit out the first game of sectionals. So
sure does.
So do you know what it was? What was the drama like? What caused the technicals?
The first one, he was on a fast break, dunked it, and kind of ran down the guy, got in his face, posed on him. So they teed him up for that. And then the second one was at the free throw line, blocking out. Kind of gets tangled up with a kid. I think I might have elbowed him or something, and you got teed up for that and got thrown out in a 30-point victory.
So it was extremely not 2 things that were not necessary. Unfortunately, he hurt his team. I take it by those 2 acts.
Yeah, so we'll find out on Tuesday night if it affects.
Yeah, this Addicts team is a young. They got a couple seniors, but they got a lot of young talent. And if you don't come to play, I think they can beat you. So
it'll be interesting. Be interested to see what happens in that contest. And I'm one that has to pay attention to it because being at Warren Central, we got a bye, and we play the winner of that contest. So we're watching that one. The other 2 games pit LC versus Tech and Cathedral versus North Central. So North Central's without Joey Brown. Got the concussion a couple of games ago, so I don't know if he'll be able to play for North Central. And, everybody's looking to see that second-round matchup maybe of Cathedral Tech rematch number 3. So, that's what's going on in Sectional 10, gentlemen.
I thought about when I saw that draw come out, I really thought about going to that Addicts Lawrence North game. Really did. Really did think about going to that game. But what's going on in that Carmel sectional? Because I think I think that one's loaded too. With who is it? Zionsville's pretty good, and Noblesville's pretty good.
Yeah. So in that sectional, you got Zionsville, Noblesville first round matchup, Westfield Fishers, which is a heavyweight matchup, first round. Both have spent time ranked in the top 3 of the state at this point in time. Healthy is Westfield. Braden Smith totally healthy. The Purdue commit, sprained ankle, missed some games, I think, at the end. And then Fisher's ranked number 2 in the state. Been playing well all year, so that's going to be a big game for those 2 teams. And then sitting and waiting are Carmel and HSC for the winners.
Hey, Matt, I want to know, who do you got coming out of all those draws? Like, do you have
put me on the spot, and I'm a coach. I can't do that with these.
Well, how about just not the North Central draw, but all the other ones?
All the other ones who we played all the teams in the Carmel one except for Noblesville and Fishers. No, we didn't play Westfield either. But I always say you gotta beat the champ before something happens. And Carmel's been pretty good in that sectional. So until they're beaten, I'm always going to go with that team.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense. They
got a
the
lot.
king
They
of the
tall.
mountain until they get knocked off.
They tall from the point all the way to the big. Like
Yeah,
they long.
but I
I
tell you,
see them walking through the gym.
Zionsville and Westfield and Fishers ranked number 2, all capable of beating Carmel this year.
Yeah.
So I think that, like you said, that's going to be a section you got to watch out. A lot of drama in that one going on. And then the last one I think you guys would care about is probably on the west side. Ben Davis, Pike, Southport, Roncalli, Perry, Decatur, and of course, I think the favorite going in that one is probably Ben Davis. Has spent time
Most
ranked
likely.
in the top, all state. I mean, all year long. But you got some sneaky ones. Pike has had some big games this year. Ryan Conwell plays well. They can beat anybody. Decatur Central's pulled some upsets, and Southport's got some good guards and good big men down there. So you guys already know at sectional time, you never know what's going to happen.
Man, it just sounds like old school Indiana high school basketball where you had so many teams that had an opportunity to win. And we're just talking about the teams that's within a 5 to 10 mile radius of Indianapolis, Central Indiana. We're not even talking about the teams like Lafayette or Jeffersonville or Crawfordsville or Marion or Richmond or any of these other places. So this is going to be a good one, man. This is exciting. I might have to get out and get some of these in, man. I might have to.
Hey, I got to say, though, it does make me miss the whole everybody in one thing before they went to these classes where everyone had a shot, everybody played everybody. It kind of makes me long for those days, though.
Yeah. We were having a discussion about that with some people that aren't from the state of Indiana a couple of weeks ago, and they didn't know that we all used to be in one class. And go.
This is how you got the movie. You don't get the movie if we weren't all in the class.
Yeah, so guys, it's going down next weekend. It's going to be a lot of teams disappointed. Some teams, super happy. So
Matt, do you know the locations? Like I know you said North Central is a place that they're playing. Where are all the other spots that they're playing that you know
of? I believe Ben Davis is at Ben Davis. That sectional is at Ben Davis. The Carmel one's at Noblesville. And I think those are 3 in the North Central one. Those sectional team North Central one, they're at North Central this year. I think it's the first year North Central's hosted, since I can remember. So,
well, I'm just glad that we can keep the gym from not being demolished like it was.
Don't worry, because they got the detectors at the door inside the loop. But it throws me off every time.
Anyway, they're redoing it all, I think, either next year or the year after that, So
that just makes me feel even older because I was there when they got it together the first time.
Right.
Burnt
Y'all
down,
was the ones that
and then
burned
got
it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, so that takes care of what the move mouse. That takes care of girls, boys. Oh shit, I'm just down there hitting buttons now. I need help. Jesus, help me.
You got button Tourette right now.
Yeah. So we jump over to NCAA. Only thing we got with that, Tom Izzo ties Bob Knight's Big Ten record with 662 wins. Excellent coach. Coach that I think I could play for. He demands your best. And he's a coach that, you have an opportunity to get to the league and play for Final Fours and championships. So kudos to Tom Izzo. I ain't got nothing bad to say about the guy.
Nah, I don't either.
He's at Michigan State.
Great coach. Yeah, little brother. Great coach. I feel like as well. Never really saw him caught up with too much controversy. I know there was a little thing with was that gymnastics over there or something?
Yeah.
But other than that,
they had to do with like 4 schools because we had something to do with that too.
I know, yeah. But I felt like theirs was another one prior to that, but maybe not. But yeah, never heard about him at least doing anything to his players outside of just teaching them, being that role model for them, not throwing chairs or headbutting or anything of that nature. Just an all and out basketball guy, X's and O's guy. And you got to say he's a decent recruiter to be able to have field the teams that he's felt throughout his career.
Because I mean, if you look at it, he's really never had like a top five type dude. You know what I'm saying? His guys always develop. You know what I mean? It's not like he brings a dude in and they're like, oh my God, this guy is like the dude. You know what I mean? He's more
the Carmelos, the KDs.
Yeah, he gets guys that he can mold into his program and then turn into quality NBA players or quality college basketball players. I mean, so hey man, I like him. He's old school. You know what I mean? He's got a little bit of that, you know, Mike Krzyzewski, Bob Knight in him without being degrading to the kid, you know, in the game. Like he'll get in your face. You know what I mean? He'll grab you, he'll touch it. You know what I mean? But he's not trying to, you know what I mean? So I'm good with Izzo, man.
Hey guys, he gets to that win mark 2 years less than what the guy who was holding it, Bob Knight. Bob Knight was at IU for 29. Izzo been there for 27 years. You know, so he was quicker.
Yeah, and they play 15 more games now than they did back then too.
But I'm just saying, like, this guy wins at a high level. 23 state seasons, he made the NCAA tournament. You know, so the dude wins. And like I said, you guys said hard nose, coaches him up, X and O guy. Great relationships with his players, as you can tell on the, you know, when you watch him play. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about the man.
Didn't he have a stretch there that for a while he had every senior class at least was in the Final Four 1 year?
Yep. Yeah,
that's
impressive.
Pretty
that's impressive.
That's a hell of a stat. So I guess we gotta go. We gotta talk about it. I mean, it was a bad look because we were on the air when this shit went down.
When they broke. I think we were the first to break it. One.
Hey, we're trendsetters. So, listen, man, after watching it after a whole week, what do you think, Storm? After a whole week, what do you think?
I feel like let's get this out the way. Juwan was wrong for mushing that assistant coach. I'll say that. But the other coach was wrong for putting his hands on Juwan Howard as well. I feel like the punishments did not necessarily fit the crimes. I feel like the coach should have been suspended, maybe not as much, but he should have been a suspension and not just going into his pocketbook. I feel like he should have cost at least 1 to 2 games because I feel like they just overlooked the fact that Juwan was trying to walk past him. And the only reason that it stopped and got escalated is because the coach put his hands on his arm to be like, no, you're going to listen to me. You're going to listen to what I have to say. And Juwan wasn't trying to listen to what he had to say. And guess what? Juwan has a right not to want to listen to what he had to say. Like, why does Juwan have to sit there and listen to him? Why does Juwan have to be subjected to being low-key assaulted by someone putting his hands on him? And that's just me. Like I said, Juwan was wrong, but I feel like the punishments were not evenly distributed for whatever reason you want to put out there why it wasn't evenly distributed.
Matt?
I'm going to say that was all about a Michigan fan's point of view right there. Are you kidding me, Storm? You don't think that the punishment was like they could have fired the man over there?
You're not listening. I said, I'm talking about the other side. I'm saying Juwan I never said that it was wrong. I'm saying the other coach should have got more, is all I'm saying. Like, why? Okay. Like, if I come up to you and just grab on you, that's just cool? We cool out here? It's all right to do that.
So let me ask you this. Do you accept the excuse the other coach gave to why he did that?
No.
Okay. So then
he grabbed him because he wanted. And I just want to make sure we're on the same page. He said he grabbed him because he wanted to explain something.
Exactly. No. Are you asking that, or are you asking why he called the timeout? The reason why he got pissed, the reason why Juwan was pissed off. Is that what you're asking, Storm?
No. I'm saying,
the
he
reason
understood
why
the
the
coach
other
touched
coach
him?
grabbed Juwan was because he felt he needed to let him
Okay.
know why
Explain, right.
why he called the timeout.
But
Well, you
know
can
why
text
he
me.
did
You
that,
can
right?
text me. You can Instagram. You can tweet me
But
about that later.
You got to put that the first part of that in there too. He didn't just go grab him and say, "Well, I want to explain why." Juwan told him, "I will remember that." It was flashing his finger in his face, so he touched
he didn't. He didn't flash the finger yet. He said he pulled his mask down and said, "I remember the timeout,"
right.
and started to walk. And so dude grabbed his arm. Yeah, walk away. Dude grabbed his arm, like, "Hey," and Juwan's like, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to move. Don't touch me." And then I guess that arm grab was a little more aggressive, and Juwan put that long ass finger out there from Chicago and said, "Hey, listen here, white boy, don't put your finger, don't grab me." You know what I'm saying? So at this point, then it's an ego, then it's a man thing. But my dick is bigger than your dick. You're not gonna point at me. You're not gonna grab me.
But let me
You're
ask
not
you
gonna
guys
do
this.
Better than 5 fingers say to the face.
Can we say this though? As situations we've been in before, that's not the big deal, because we've all been in a situation where you're talking to somebody and you try to explain it, you touch them, and you're like, "Hey, hold up." That wasn't going to escalate.
But I don't feel like we've been in a situation.
Escalate.
I feel like we have not been in a situation at that level. Yes, at the park, at a pickup game, yeah, you can do that. In a Big Ten national televised game, where you fighting for position, you're fighting to get into it, your emotions is probably on level 1,000. So I agree that we've been in those situations. I just feel like we have not been to it at that level, and that's the difference.
But I don't think that's what made the problem the problem. I think whatever that assistant coach said to Juwan is why he touched him. That assistant coach probably didn't even see his head coach touch him like that or know what they was talking about.
I'm thinking the assistant.
Juwan ain't gonna hit him.
Yeah, I'm thinking Juwan was at that point. Anything of rage is gonna happen. So I mentioned it last week. This is not Juwan's first altercation of this nature. You know what I mean? Because last year he did tell the Maryland coach, "I will kill you, MFer." Like, come on, Juwan.
But
we gotta have a standard.
Is he dead?
But you can't say it. Like, listen, if we're putting people out of, I'm not trying to talk against Juwan. Please, I like him, but we got to treat real as real.
Right.
If we're putting people out of jobs for saying less than this or doing other things, you know what I mean, that can be considered a threat. You know what I mean? Regardless if we feel that he's going to do it or not, you know what I mean? They could have been like, "Oh my God, he threatened me. We got it on camera. We got it on tape." You can't argue that shit. That's a crime if he wanted to press charges. You know what I mean? So this is not Juwan's first time doing this. I like Juwan, fiery coach, but we got to know our place.
Passion. I want to know when.
I think I said that wrong. I don't know our place, but
certain coaches like Bob Knight is passion. They're passionate. How come it's not the same with Juwan Howard? I think he's just passionate about passionate about the game and passionate about the program.
That's fine. You can't tell another coach, "I'll kill you, motherfucker." That's not passion.
He's talking about killing them on the court.
Oh, come on.
Killing them on the court is what he was referring to.
Okay.
Hey, but
I would love to go to commercial break on that one.
Couldn't fire him because of stuff like you said with Bob Knight. Bob Knight did stuff to people too. But at the end of the day, he did end up getting fired because he took it too much. So
because he couldn't shape up. They gave him
going. Some they gonna say, "Hold up, man, you done this stuff a few too many times and gonna have to get rid of you."
You know what I mean? I agree with Storm. I think the other coach should have got a little bit more. Maybe the game. I think the game suspension would probably been good. Game in his pocket. I mean, Juwan, I think I thought that he should have been gone until the regular season was over as well. If you get postseason play, then you'll be able to coach your team. But you got to have some type of accountability. You know what I mean? It can't always be, well, this guy did this and this guy did this. You got to at some point be the bigger man, because everything that you do is going to be amplified. You're one of the 1% universities. You know what I'm saying? You're in the 1% university of prestige. It's not just sports. This is a hard university to get in, period. You know what I mean? Just outside of sports. So you got to have a little bit of little something,
Corn.
a little bit
Right.
more. So, but all in all, I'm gonna support my coach. If I
Yeah.
supported the jackass on the football field, I'm gonna support this guy on the basketball court.
Nah, I'm with you guys. Get me wrong. I love Juwan Howard. I think he's a great coach. I'm just saying, like, there's some stuff that just they ain't gonna look past in these situations, especially when what he did led to his players and their players getting into it too, which caused y'all guys to get 2 or 3 kids suspended also. So
Yeah,
if
too.
that never happened, them guys don't start fighting either.
Yeah, and I'll concede that definitely. His acts definitely spawned the acts of his players. They were just kind of taking his lead. And that's the horrible part about this whole situation, really, is that if there were any seniors, that there was one less game they get to play, towards the end of their college career to either be able to, be seen by scouts and whatnot. So I definitely, I feel like I said that last week, I feel for the kids more than anything because they took the loss due to the scrum, due to any actions that were taken towards them.
They took the loss, but they won the next game by 20.
Yeah, they did.
Sorry, Rutgers. Phil Martelli got it in. You know what I'm saying? But Michigan's getting thumped right now by Illinois. So I'm watching it too. They're getting thumped. Kobe Comer is a freaking beast. This Big Ten men's tournament is going to be exciting to watch. Very disappointing loss for Purdue yesterday. Good job, Izzo and little brother, but disappointing loss for Purdue. I think they can only tie now. So I question their number one ranking, not number one ranking, but number one seeding. So not really sure, but we had 6 teams in the top 10 yesterday lose. So who the hell knows what these final seeds are going to be? So we got conference tournaments coming up starting next weekend. Once again, the Big Ten tournament is going to be here for both men's and women. So those are going to be exciting. I think Storm mentioned in the break, Paige Buckner came back last night for UConn after her injury early in the year, put up double figures doing what she does. Big Ten rematch tonight when we're done here in about a half hour. We got the rematch from top 10 Michigan going against Caitlin Clark at Iowa, who just come off a loss themselves. So that's going to be a nice showdown. Remember the last game she put up, I think it was 50, but they lost. So there's probably what we're talking about. So that's the matchup. So that's what we got for NCAA. So we'll talk a little bit more about conference tournaments next week and get into those bubble teams next week. But as of right now, we're going to do a small break, and then we're going to come back and knock out this NBA. I lied. We're not getting into NBA because I forgot that the Elite Performance social media question of the week has to do with NCAA today. So we have to do that, and then we're doing NBA. I lied. I'm sorry. I lied. I take responsibility and ownership. All right. So
you didn't lie. You misspoke. You misspoke.
I'll take it. So the Elite Performance social media question of the week brought to you by Elite Performance, where performance is done the elite way. If you want to get your body in that elite shape, take contact our guy Zach over at Elite Performance 765-499-1005, and he'll get you rounded into shape or get that shape rounded into shape. I like that. I meant to tell him about that. That's a good one. So the question of the week is, do you think that the handshake lines be removed from NCAA basketball?
I don't think so. I feel like it's sportsmanship still does matter. Although we, try to beat each other on the court, at the end of the day, it's such a small community being able to play at that level, whatever level it is, D1, D2, that sportsmanship matters. And you still got to be able to, at the end of the game, say good game and then move on. So I don't know if it's, like I said, because I came up like that, but that's the way I feel.
Matt?
I'm with it either. To be honest with you guys, I'm with it either way. It can go, it can stay. I agree with I can't remember who I heard say it. I think they should just do it like the NFL. Go shake whoever hand you want to go shake, because you don't want to shake everybody's hand. Let me shake whoever I can shake and move on to the locker room. I ain't got to
keep it moving. I like that idea. I like it. I mean, I don't particularly care either or which way you go with it. You know what I mean? Just like when we hooping at the park, when we leave, we don't dap out everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? We ain't forced. You dap out. Hey, what's up? You know what I mean? You cut out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I can care less. But what I'm more interested in is I'm friends with Ron Rutland on social media, right? You guys all know who Ron Rutland is. He posed a question this week when it comes to a sportsmanship type deal. Now, if you got a team, an opponent team on the ground or whatever, do you help them up?
I feel like it depends on who it is, me personally. It's not something that I do every time, but if me and you are on separate teams, one and you down, I'm gonna extend the hand. Me, Matt Green on separate teams, yeah, I'm gonna put a hand out there. So it depends on who the person is for me.
That's interesting, because I've actually coached under a guy, I'm not gonna say who it was, who told the team, you better not help somebody up. We do that stuff after the game with the handshake, like you just.
But what level? What type of game are you playing in? Is it a pickup? Is it a high school? Is it a AAU? Is it a There's so many different levels up to the game. But I still feel like I would. That's just me. I'm a nice guy.
I think it just depends on who the guy is. But there's certain people out there that got the mentality like, no, you ain't picking up nobody.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of got that mentality with an asterisk. Like Storm said, if you my guy, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna help you up. But knowing me, I'm gonna help you up and say something. But like I answered to his question, I said, I'm the type of person, I feel that that's what your teammates are for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I was down, I didn't want the other team to help me up. Nah, I'm good. I'll sit here and wait for my team to come help me up. Or when my team goes down, I'm gonna be over there like, hey man, I got him. Go, I got him, and I'll help you up. That's the mentality I got. You know what I mean? Like if you the other team, then fuck you. You know what I mean? I'll walk right over you, bro. But if I put you down kind of hard, I might be like, hey, my bad, bro.
So that leads to another question. If you're the person that falls down, would you accept a hand from an opposing team?
I just said no.
I know, but that brought up another question. Do you accept it no matter who it is? Does it matter who it is?
I think it's the individual nowadays. Certain guys, this AAU and all the different things they play, everybody knows everybody. So everybody's more friendlier with each other now. I think back when we played.
I call it the LeBron effect.
Back when we played with the Pistons and stuff, you might get an elbow just getting up.
Might, you just might.
Nah, you get helped up and pushed right back down.
And pushed right back down.
It kind of just depends on who it is nowadays.
Give that old Bill and beer bump.
Right.
All right, so that was our social media question of the week. All right, so now we can move into this awesome thing that we call NBA basketball. All right, we're coming off the NBA All-Star break. A couple days where the guys get to, if you don't make the All-Star festivities, if you don't make the All-Star team or one of the little games that they play, or you just out supporting, doing stuff with your family, get a little vacation time, Paul George strippers and shit in Miami, that type of stuff. But did I say that on the air? Yeah. My bad. But you know how All-Star weekend is. You know what I mean? It's jump off weekend. You know what I mean? That's the weekend it is,
Blow off a little steam.
So we talked about all the other stuff last weekend, the despicableness that was Saturday's events. But Sunday, exciting All-Star game. So I guess we'll talk about that. Before we get to that, we'll say this. I know this is going to be a short segment. CP3 wins the first WNBA Advocacy Award. Congratulations to him. I know he's a big supporter of the women's basketball game. I think this is an award that probably would have been won first by Kobe Bryant because he was like the super supporter. I think Chris Paul followed like a close second behind him. But I'm cool with it. I know he's all about women's sports, so I got no problem with it. I think it's a good win.
I think they need to look into just going ahead and naming that the Kobe Bryant Award as well. Like I feel like he was the originator or one of the originators because there was more than just him. But as far as the high profile player with him and Gigi promoting the WNBA and being involved, I feel like that's something they may need to look into, just naming the award after him. As far as CP3, good job. I mean, and that's it.
Thorn, you did a good job right there. I hate to tell you.
Just keep it moving. Keep it moving, Mr. Green. Just say your piece.
It is named after Kobe and Gigi.
It is already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. My bad. Because Dave did not, or one did not put it out like that. He said the WNBA Women's blah 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 award. So I thought that was the name of it.
I mean, it's still the All-Star trophy.
But I thought you were talking, so I misunderstood.
No, you're good. You're good.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
No, you're good. It's all good. You're good, bro.
It's all good. I take that.
I did kind of set you up for that.
Right, he set you up bad. He set you up bad.
I was more on the CP. I want to see how fast and how quick he can get past him.
Yeah. He did okay.
All right, so All-Star game
is right 2 times a day.
Oh, sorry. So we're moving on to the All-Star game. I do like the new approach to the All-Star where they're like 4 individual little games with a target score, because as you can see, you get those exciting things of LeBron hitting that bullshit at the end of the game. You know what I mean? So it's to help us win, Storm, because we was gonna lose if they didn't. But it was an exciting format. I like that format because it gets the players actually playing a little bit. Yeah, it's not, they still letting boys go get bangs on real quick, but it's a little more exciting. For one, they're playing for some money. There's some things that they care about. And who doesn't get excited when Steph Curry shoots 16 threes?
Hey, let me tell you, I agree with you first. The format is definitely the NBA gets it right on their All-Star. Like, I don't know with the other leagues how many of them really give that 100% effort during these exhibition games, but at least the NBA has gotten it right as far as getting as close as it can be. I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. I that is one of the reasons I like Steph. It's because of the theatrics. He's very entertaining, very entertaining. Just to put threes up, turn around, and be like, "Did I hit? Did I miss?" And you can't. That is magic. That is like the Lakers to me. Like it all goes back to the entertainment that the Showtime Lakers gave you in the '80s. So definitely was a good game. Definitely LeBron hit a game winner. It was exhibition, but it was a game winner in Cleveland. You couldn't script it any better. So it was probably better than Space Jams 2 with the script of that shot going in.
Man, I got about 6 minutes in and I was done on Space Jams 2. That's all I got. 6 minutes.
But you watched the whole All-Star game.
Right.
I did.
So let me ask y'all this. So, we used to watch the not the dunk contest, the All-Star game. Because like you said, Dane, they used to let boys just go down and just do dunks, whatever, the lobs, whatever you could see. 16 threes? Are you kidding me? Like, now we watching boys shoot jump shots and we excited about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
just the ones he hit. That's not at the minute he shot.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, he's shooting them from volleyball line, further than volleyball, not looking, turning his back. Next thing he's going to be throwing it between his legs, throwing it up. We watching people shoot jump shots now and getting excited. So, I'm just glad that we had a whole nother level. Something else been added to it.
Different era of the game, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah. But I like the idea of having a duck on contest.
But that would be. I think we talked. Did we talk about that last week?
A little bit. I think we did, but I like it. I like the idea. I've been playing around with it in my head. Kind of like the slam ball. You know what I mean? With the little trampolines.
Yeah.
Shit. I think we could come up with a league with that. I mean, we could come up with that. I think we could do it. Dunk on league. You don't get no points unless you get dunked on. You know what I mean? But since you said that, it was a perfect theatrical climactic moment. There's a word there. I think my wife will edit me later. This climactic, that's it. It was a climactic moment for LeBron, in Cleveland All-Star game. He throws up the smoke, the cameras or the powder. The cameras is all on him. The crowd is cheering him. No one hates him anymore. It's LeBron. He's the prodigal son. LeBron, let's see, Bronny is coming out here in a little bit. The NBA age requirement is changing here, or the NCAA rule is changing here in the amendment for when players can come from high school to the league again, right around Bronny's time. Bron's having issues with Rob Pelinka and Lakers management. He's already stated that he's going to play a year with his son in the league. Does he play with Bronny in Cleveland to retire?
I feel like he goes wherever Bronny goes. So it's wherever he goes, he's going to – I don't think a team in 2 years will be like, oh, no, LeBron, we don't want you here for that league minimum. I feel like money is definitely not a thing for LeBron at this point. So I feel like it matters whoever drafts him or signs him, because I'm not even 100% sure he gets drafted versus maybe getting signed. He might be with him at the Mad Ants if he don't step his game up.
If you don't think LeBron's son is getting to the league, when he say, I'm going to play my year with my son in the NBA, that's almost like saying Tom Brady said, I'm gonna bring everybody out of retirement. I don't care what the salary cap is. This is gonna happen.
Well, I'm gonna ask you, Matt Green. Have you seen any of Bronny, like in your AAU travels? Bronny. Have you seen him play, and what are your thoughts of his game?
I've seen Bronny play. I'm like, Damon, it is kind of almost up there with LeVar Ball talking about the Ball sons. Like, I mean, he ain't a surefire, McDonald's All-American type kid. Like I'm saying, like he's got some work to do. He's top 50. I think he's ranked, he's maybe in the 20s now. But I mean, Brian don't go out there and just dominate games like that. He's not like some of these top guys you see, the Ben Chero kid at Duke or, this type of guys. He's not like that. So I'm like, LeBron must be like whatever general manager talked to my man in Cleveland, like, hey, you gonna sign my son, I'll be back. One of them type deals.
It's like the Greek freak and his brother.
Right.
You want me here, you gotta sign my brother.
Yeah, I think he's a nice kid. I think he's got a nice game, but you gotta understand he's like the 4th or 5th best player on that Sierra Canyon team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Dwayne Wade's son is a higher prospect than Bronny is. You know what I mean? But the kid is good. Like I remember going up to watch Matt play at one of the tournaments at the PAC, and you see the damn LBJ Mercedes-Benz Sprinter boy up there for Bronny's AAU team. And son, this team was nice though. Like he plays on good teams, but he's never the best player on any of those teams. So I think I think
like that hurts his prospect, doesn't it? Like he needs to be somewhere where he can shine.
I think he needs to go to school. Is where I think he needs to go.
I don't think Brian can wait that long.
Hey, Brian ain't got no
some of that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar juice.
Well, I mean, that was called ex-wife took all your money.
Nah, he was playing just to live.
All right, so moving on. Okay, so we have big trades that happened right before the break, but I think one of the bigger moves happened after the break, and we saw a good example of it last night when Milwaukee and the Nets played. Gordon Dragic signed with the Nets. Immediate impact on the Nets and a huge part moving forward if they can get all the pieces working together.
Definitely. I feel like the biggest move is New York maybe lifting that COVID ban. So, because if I remember correctly, I think there's only 7 more away games left before the playoffs with Brooklyn. So you got 7 more times to see Kyrie unless they lift this ban. I feel like Dragic is a great backup for that situation, for those home games. Very knowledgeable, still very capable of being a starting point guard, I feel, even with that age. I feel like he's kept himself in, good enough shape.
And he ain't played all year.
Yeah, and his IQ is, matched to, no other top point guards in the league. So definitely was a good move for him selecting the Nets, right? Because he was a free agent. He could have went
everybody wanted him.
Yeah,
everybody wanted
wherever.
Like the Milwaukee wanted him. The Lakers wanted him. Whoever was contending was looking at him, except the Heat.
Yeah.
I mean, but they had Lowry. I mean, that's who they gave him up for. You know what I mean? So I like it. I like the move. I think, and the whole funny thing about the ban in New York, which kind of made me lean a little bit more towards Kyrie, is it was stupid. I live here and I play here, but you're not gonna let me play here because I won't get vaccinated. But you're going to let away players who are not vaccinated come in and play. I think that's where I had a problem with the ban. It didn't make sense. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to get, lightened a little bit because, Matt, here for our districts, they let up a little bit for our school districts as well. You know what I mean? They released let go of the mask mandate, starting Monday. You know what I mean? So they're opening up a little more. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. KD comes back healthy. Ben gets his stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Because you see how quick Harden's hamstring is.
Yeah, but they just I saw something that just came out. NBA.com saying that he had back soreness now. Ben Simmons has back soreness.
They
Praise
just
Black
letting him
Jesus.
practice, guys. We all know what's going on. They're getting him back in shape. They're gonna say whatever. Come playoff time, Ben Simmons gonna be ready to go. Just think of who they throw out there if they want you at the end of the game. Dragic, Kyrie at the 2, KD at the 3, Ben Simmons at the 4, and Andre Drummond. Come on, man.
Andre, hey, I was arguing with somebody about Andre Drummond. Oh my God, the source, our new guy in the network who's on the Racing with Sean. Argue about the Andre Drummond. I'm telling you, man, Andre Drummond still got some love. All of his wasted was not in Detroit. He's got a little bit left. He don't need to be the star. He just needs to be a piece. And I think he's a good piece for what they got to go through in the East.
Really, I feel like he's a walking double, man.
Right.
Yes.
That's all they need. Athletic big man.
Well, I wouldn't say athletic. I'd just say he's a walking double. He did get a key block on Giannis last
with
night.
The dunk on contest, or I guarantee Andre Drummond dunk on you right now.
But not athletically.
He just dunk because he big.
He just does the standard dunk, but it's just on someone.
Oh man!
Athletic is like doing 360s, windmills. He ain't doing none of that.
Athletic was Jason Tatum yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
All right. So, anything out of these last few games that really stood out to you guys? For just when they started on Thursday, we started on Thursday. Any of those games that really stood out?
I'm excited to see this Philly thing. So far, so good. Today, they obviously, you had Harden with 10 assists in first quarter. So I am definitely excited to see them. Other than that, that's the most exciting to me. Obviously, we're in this for a while, so we'll just see how that goes.
I ain't really watched a lot, y'all, of the NBA, just because my high school season. I watched probably a little bit more college. But the one thing I am interested in, I look at those standings, Philly being third, and the rest of them guys you would think have a shot at winning the NBA title. Brooklyn and Milwaukee are below them. So if they meet up, they probably going to have to play at Philly, which it could be a crazy environment, a game 7. So you always know how that ends up coming down that way. So at least Philly has taken care of business in the regular season, I guess, up until this point.
Oh, and James the Beard just got a triple-double, so just throw that out there. He had a triple-double. Granted, it's the Knicks. But it's still a triple-double.
Biggest disappointment of all of NBA basketball. Because we had a question a couple of weeks ago, was it the Hawks or the Knicks? Well, the Hawks are trending upward. I mean, they're playing better basketball. The Knicks are just playing terrible. Like their number one fan, Stephen A. And I think Spike Lee, I think they all wearing Brooklyn colors now. I mean, I don't know, man. The Knicks is like, it's terrible in the Knicks. It's terrible. And Kemba Walker is they've agreed that he's done for the year. Derrick Rose just has some type of procedure that's going to have him out. There are only less than 20 games left in the season. Ooh, man, Hey, this is the news that excites me, that has me flustered, and I agree with Stan Van Gundy. How the hell is there a relationship issue with Zion and the Pelicans? What have you done for us to have a relationship issue? It should be your fat ass need to get in shape and play and earn this money that we paying you.
True.
Yeah, I it's sad, but I feel like unless something like I don't wish it on the man, it's just my opinion, right? I don't wish nothing ill to any person necessarily, but I feel like he's done, man. I feel like the injury stigma is definitely going to stick with him. If he doesn't get in shape, he's definitely going to fall into the Chris Paul, to the AD, to the I can't make it through a season.
There it is.
Well, he can't. Let's keep it real. Isn't that what the kids say? Let's keep it real. Keep it 100. CP cannot finish a year. And when he comes back, I would almost bet money he gets hurt in the playoffs.
I knew we was gonna get it. I knew it was gonna come to some one way.
It's the
uh,
truth. You act like I'm
yeah,
lying out
I mean,
here.
we're not disputing you. You know, not at
I
all.
just highlight what happens in the guy's past. Could be karma. I don't know.
I mean, at some point in time, you karma, you can't. Okay, he's an interesting guy. All right, so all right, so the Michigan women are getting ready to start, and they are really giving. They're trying to fight in this game, Storm. They're down 11. They're down
Yeah,
12.
I'm watching
Yeah,
right now.
they're trying to fight, man. They're trying to fight.
It's a
So,
10-point game right now. 10-point game with 7 minutes left.
7 minutos. See, Spanish. All
I
right,
thought
so
that was a band. I thought you said menudo.
Menudo. I mean,
I
I guess
thought
they
that
were the
was a
minute
band
band.
from the 80s.
I guess they was a minute band. You know what I mean? I think everybody in the band turned out gay, and that's okay. And it's okay. Ricky,
Way
I
to
got a
save
question.
that. Way to save that. Way to save it.
yeah, it's
Right.
okay.
I got a
I
question.
accept you.
Storm, since we just got through talking about the NBA, I don't know how much college basketball. Well, you watched a lot because you watched Michigan. Who would you want the Pacers to draft?
Oh Lord.
Oh, I like Ivy. I like I even though the scrum, I like Johnny Davis too. I mean, those are the
But that
guys
dude
that
can
I've
hoop,
seen
bro.
thus far.
That
Because
dude
I
can hoop.
do really just watch Michigan for the
Big
most
team.
part, but I definitely will be on March Madness where I'll be able to see what players do in that type of environment.
Gotcha.
Well, the Pacers need a wing scorer. You know what I mean? They're solid. I think they're adequate at the point guard. They're going to need a little bigness. We getting rid because Miles is not going to be here, and you traded away a walking double double in Sabonis. As you can see, he's putting double doubles with Sacramento. You know what I mean? But and Miles is not going to be here next year. I mean, that's kind of already been established. So I kind of see them to either go with some size like the younger Mobley at USC. Maybe if you can get Trevion Williams, who's coming out from Purdue. Maybe a Kofi Coburn from Illinois would be a good fit for that style. You know, can eat up paint on the inside and still be athletic on the boards on defense. But I think you need to get a wing scorer because this game is about putting ball points in the paint. So I like Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. I also like Usang from Johnny Usang from UCLA. And there's another one who's a nice scorer out of Auburn, Smith.
Jabari.
That guy's nice. He's going to be a top 5 pick. That dude is nice.
So, yeah, he's projected top 5. The cat that I like a lot when you say wing guys, Keegan Murray at Iowa.
Yeah.
Is really nice. He's like Smith at Auburn, but he does it all. Shoots threes, long, athletic guy. You know, I like him to see somebody like Smith or him. I think.
Yeah, they got that NBA body that's 6'9", 6'10", rangy, long, lanky, nice jump shot, good, quick first step. You know what I mean? And can play with the back to the bucket a little bit. So they're both 3-level scorers. So I think those are good picks for both for the Pacers.
And my man from Duke's nice too. I like him, Banchero.
Yeah, unless Indiana gets, unless they get 1 or 2, they're not gonna get him.
Right. Well, they projected top 5, so you never.
And then
know
you still got what's the name from Gonzaga, big boy from
Chet.
Gonzaga, Chet. Yeah, a guy that's 7'1" that can grab the rebound, dribble the ball up the floor, cross over, and then spin dunk. He did that the other night. But I like Timmy. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's going to fit well in the league. You know what I mean? He kind of fits that Tyler Hansbrough role. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a good college player, but is that going to translate over to the big boys?
True. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people out there. Kofi Cockburn, like you said, he's another one. You know, that's a big dude there.
Yeah. You see how he's
if we get any big dudes, we just got to make sure that they can defend off the pick and roll because that's where pretty much the NBA is. And if they pick a roll and switch and you can't defend that guard, that guard or wing, they're going to keep doing it to you, and you're going to find yourself on the bench. So
or
if
at
we
least
do,
get a better closeout, better than Hunter Dickinson just had.
yeah, yeah, that's gonna be his issue in the league. He better get his ballet shoes together and try to work on that foot speed during the off season.
Yeah, because that closeout was terrible, bro. I think my slow ass could have got around that closeout.
So y'all wouldn't have a problem with Jaden Ivey coming to Pacers?
I wouldn't. I feel like it's the best player. When you got top 5, it's the best player available. After that, you can make trades for everything else you want. But you got to get that generational player, that player that you can hopefully keep for that second contract to be able to stay around and to build around. So,
And he's from the area, so I mean, it's easier to get him to buy into the small environment.
Right.
All right, so let's move into the NBA Doc Sports Sunday picks. Matt, this is where we pick the winners of our games that are coming up today. Right now, I am +2 on Mr. Mormon for our games. So I am going to bring in our games for today. And maybe. There they go. Our games for today. So obviously we can't do the 76ers and the Knicks. We can still do the Jazz and the Suns because it's not over with yet. So who do you got, Jazz and Suns, Storm?
I think I'm gonna go with the Suns.
Storm, Matt, me. Suns for Storm. I like you got the Storm. You got the Sun. Storm has the Sun. Is that like a storm controls the weather type deal? She had to go with the Sun.
It's a sunny storm. It's a sunny storm.
Who you got, Matt?
I'm with Storm. I got Phoenix.
All right, so it's a Sun. All right, Pacers or Celtics visit the Pacers.
Celtics. Will be the Pacers. If we were just doing the first half, I would say the Pacers. But for the whole game, I'm saying the Celtics. Because we talked about it. Carlisle's going to give that nod that and then we're going to lose.
Yeah, they are. You got the Celtics. They are a 3-quarter team. They're going to give you all they got for 3 quarters. And in some way, they're going to fizzle out in the fourth and tank their way into that top 5 selection pool. I like the Celtics.
About time.
even though if we were taking points, I would take the Pacers if we were going points.
What's the spread? I can look it up if you don't know it. I can look it up real quick.
I did and I forgot.
Hold on, go on with the picks
because they're good at doing that, like getting that spread money. They might not win the game, but they're gonna get you your spread money.
They're not gonna lose as bad as you think they're gonna lose, is what
right.
You're saying.
Minus 9.5. Minus 9.5.
Oh,
minus
yeah.
9.5.
Yeah.
It might be a little
by
closer
8.
than that. Yeah,
they'll lose by 8. Let's see. We got Detroit at the Hornets.
I'm gonna go in with the Hornets. I kind of like their game. I like the ball kid. I like what's his name? Bridges. Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
Hayward is doing all right out there as well.
He's healthy.
Yeah. Imagine what happens when one's available to play. But definitely have that.
Hey, Matt, did you think Miles Bridges would be this good coming out of Michigan State?
No, sir, I did not.
I didn't either.
I'm with Charlotte, though. I'm with you, Storm.
Yeah, right now it's a clean sweep. They're not giving us a whole lot of division.
They're not giving us a lot of teams that are even close.
Right.
Yeah, like this is like
I think maybe I think there's maybe one. The Denver Portland game.
No. Yeah, Denver Portland. How about Clippers and Rockets?
Clippers.
Clippers.
You still go Clippers? You still gonna go? Hey man, I'm gonna go with the young guys. Clippers played last night. You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go Rockets. I'm gonna go with young Jalen Green and the Rockets,
Hello?
and y'all going Clippers. This might be the first time I ever went with Jalen Green, and I know he's gonna let me down. I just want to be different, man, because I know Storm's going Golden State. Golden State, Dallas, Storm, 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 Storm.
I can't hear you guys, so that's why I'm like this. But I got it's rough.
He's going Golden State.
I think I might have to go with Dallas because I know that the Splash Brother is not playing today. We got Clay out and Draymond's still out, so I'm gonna have to go with Dallas. And then let me say the rest because I can't hear you guys, but I think I'm gonna go with Denver and then the Lakers.
Interesting.
All right, so I feel him on the Dallas, man.
But let me ask you this: ain't they been without them cats for a long period of time anyway?
Who been without who?
Clay and Draymond Green, ain't they?
Well,
just like
for the most part, yeah, they have. I mean, Clay came. I mean, you see, Clay came back. He's been playing, but Draymond ain't. He played that first quarter or that first tip off when Clay came back, and he's been on the floor since. And they
yeah, so,
struggled defensively, and they struggled defensively ever since. You
so
know,
I'm like,
and
I'm still going Golden State. Wiggins and Curry still all stars.
I mean, we gonna quit talking about Wiggins like that. Wiggins is an all-star because of system. All right, you're going Golden State. All right, so he gave us who he got? He gave us Denver. Oh, he's back.
Boot had to reboot.
He's back. He had to reboot. Yeah, he said Matt Green said he's going with Golden State because he says all-star Steele and Steph Curry and Wiggins. And I told him that we're gonna quit acting like Wiggins is a true all-star. He's a product of the system. Product of the system.
Well, I put it like this: he was an all-star this year. He's not a perennial all-star. He is an all-star for a season.
He's an all-star product of the system this season. As I'm on Wiggins like he's on CP3, but not with the. I mean, not to the
sheer
point.
Hatred.
Mine is a sure dislike, a disdain. There we go. You know, I harshly dislike him.
He rubs you the wrong way.
I don't want him rubbing me at all. All right, so we moved down to Denver and Portland. This was a kind of easy one. You went Denver, Storm?
Yeah. Denver's been playing hot. I don't even think Dame's playing, is he?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Dame ain't playing. McCullough is somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work out very well for Portland right now. If Dame comes back, we could talk about that on another show.
Yeah, if Dame come back, Dame hot. Maybe if Chauncey suit up, they might win a couple.
Chauncey better have some of that Kareem juice too.
I'm with y'all, Denver. But how about that? They made all that fuss. They got Chauncey hired as Portland coach, and Dame Lillard may not even be there. And McCullough gone. Like, I just got hired into another bad situation.
Hey, he chose that shit. You could have stayed on the sideline. You knew that was a bad move. Dame was already on teetering. He was already teetering.
Why do y'all feel like they even traded? Like, why was he the piece that needed to go?
Right. Or maybe he was just tired. Maybe, hey, I need to get on the pattern. Hey, Les Paul, make it work.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what was it in their mind? It was like, oh, yeah, CJ, he's the guy that got to get out of here.
So what they get for CJ? I'm forgetting.
Right. Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough to remember.
Right.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I think
I'm going Denver. I'm sticking with all the Eastern European countries are sticking together and serve their players.
Dame, where did you go Golden State or Dallas, Dame?
I went
Dallas.
Dallas.
Oh, you trying to be okay? I went Dallas too.
No, I was going Dallas before you even wrote it down. Hey, I wasn't playing with Clay out and
Hey,
Steph
hold on.
being
I'm
empty.
sorry. 80, 82. There's like 2 minutes left of this Michigan Illinois game. We got it. As long as we keep our heads and don't start a fight, I think we're in there.
Hey, I see it. All right, I'll be back. I mean, not I'll be back, but Denver, yeah, Denver. I was thinking, I'm gonna stick with the Slavic guys. Is going to stick together. Oh, shoot that! Oh.
So you're saying that they're playing for the Ukraine? They're playing with
Yes.
heavy hearts. They're playing with very heavy hearts right now.
That's
who we
what I
talking about? Dallas?
Yeah,
No.
talking about the Ukrainians
about
or
Denver.
the teams that
I'm
from
talking
the,
about
least,
the
the
Joker.
So let
region.
me ask y'all this. Like I asked Dane, Storm,
Say that again.
like y'all keep throwing Clay's name out there. Like he played all year long. Like Clay only been played like 2 weeks, ain't he? Like that's not
Yeah,
even
but them 2 weeks he was back. Like he was.
They've been playing a
back.
month. He's been playing
But
a
I'm just
month.
saying, like
Right.
Golden State got to whatever place they in. Without him, he was a significant factor in the.
But they have
Draymond
been
Green
taking
was
L's.
playing.
I know we haven't got to the power rankings, but they took a drop because they're really missing Draymond. They lost a couple games last week prior to the All-Star break, and I just feel like they're going to lose. I'm sorry. I still like the players.
Figured I had
but
missed something. Like they had been like Clay and them.
yeah, Clay ain't playing. That's what you're missing.
I just didn't think it was a big deal with him playing or not playing. I mean,
It was a big deal because they were looking in form. All they were missing was Draymond for the giving them open shots the way he does, the way he makes plays. They're missing that. That's the only piece. I feel like Wiggins did fall off a little bit. Like he was playing great, especially after when he got named to the All-Star team. He was on cloud 9, and then now he's like on cloud like 6. So that just plays a part in it.
Gotcha.
Man, Kofi Coburn is tough, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a big angry in the paint, man.
Yeah, he's solid. He's very solid.
Yeah, he's very solid. So last game, Pelicans, Lakers. Storm said Lakers. Man. I want to pick the Lakers so bad. I do. I do want to pick the Lakers so bad. Because I have zero faith in the Lakers whatsoever. You know what I mean?
I feel like LeBron will be enough to get him past the Pelicans.
I thought that against Houston's. I thought that against Oklahoma City's. I thought that the other night when he had to shoot the fadeaway against mediocre talent, man, we having a struggle against mediocre talent. Nobody's helping the King. Nobody is helping the King.
Well, let's not forget the King at least got a week's rest. So we'll see how he comes out.
-1.5. You're right. That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? You at the crib.
That's a coin flip.
You at the crib. Oh my God. I would. All right, Storm, you convinced me, man. I'm gonna go to the Lakers. So we do have some differences, Storm. So you can make some ground up, or I can open my lead out some little more. So
what do we got different? We got the Golden State game, and what's the other game?
Let's see, the Rockets.
Oh, you got the Rockets winning?
The Clippers. I got Dallas. I got Dallas.
I got Dallas. So what are the games that we are different on?
Our game different is the Clippers and the Rockets.
It's only that one.
Yeah, it's only that one. The Clippers and the Rockets. Yeah. Fuck it. Nope, I'm not changing. I can't change. All right, so there you have it. Episode
Oh.
46. But we got a couple things to go. Out of storm. Storm, you up. Out of storm. Let me get
Out
rid
of the
of this.
storm this week, really nothing special comes to mind. Just want to make sure everyone, due to the past events of Jalen Rose, that keep your head as much as you can in the moment. Know that people will get judged differently for doing roughly the same thing. So if you know you're a person that will get judged differently, try your best to keep your hand in the game. If you're not privileged to be able to get away with certain things, understand it, know it, and act accordingly. Yeah, I know you got it, Dame. I know you got it.
Storm is absolutely hilarious, man. I love that guy, man. The one good thing. I don't really want to say this is a one good thing. But I could say the one good thing is the impact that this man had on my life from the moment that he stepped into it, and from even after his consciousness left this earth, he still has an impact on my life. This weekend is the third year that we lost my stepdad, so it's kind of been a little somber weekend for the family a little bit. But I relish in the joy and the goodness that Dickie brought to my family and myself. So if I had a glass in my hand, this glass, the one good thing is this glass to you. So I'll cheers you later, buddy. Love you and miss you.
Great man, never be forgotten.
And there we have it. That is episode 46, The Awakening. So I don't know why I name of this stuff. It's just weird. I can't just keep calling episode.
So Matt Green, our high school correspondent, men's basketball, you with us next week? We want to put it on tape. Are you going to be with us through this high school basketball? Oh no. I'm sorry.
He said, "Oh no."
Yeah, you'll see in a minute.
even if this is just a little 10, 15, 20 minutes just to jump in to give us the updates.
I'm with you.
It's all good.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, as long as I'm available, I'm here with you.
All righty. So there you have it. Our high school correspondent, our boys' high school correspondent, Matthew Green, will be joining us weekly to give us the high school boys updates on the state tournament. I don't like that voice. I have to give me a new voice.
I don't know why, guys, because this is where it is. This is the state of basketball.
Oh. Hey, buddy, that's a good one there.
It's like from the 50s or something.
Oh, no. It's time to go watch Niles Hallman. So for myself, Big Storm, Matt Green, the whole family cruise over at BW Sports, we'll holla.
Peace.